Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. Today we are going to be running a Vaal pyramid map. It will contain many totems. Monsters have an increased area of effect. Because we have many totems, the totems are gonna reach further, so it's gonna be fun. Monsters resist fire, which we don't care about. They poison on hit, which will be interesting. The boss deals more damage and has extra attack and cast speed, and on top of that monsters take reduced damage from critical strikes. The 27% reduced damage. Now by default we still have a 50% more damage multiplier for crits, so our crits should now do 10% or so more damage rather than 50%, but they will still do more damage. It's not like we're getting penalized for critting, because that would be silly. Hey, a Vaal pyramid. I think this is yet another map that I haven't actually run yet, so this is gonna be fun. Yeah, man. Rooster demons in a pyramid. That's not something you would see every day. Ah yeah, of course. The Golem is going to take a lot of punishment because the poison hits are gonna stack quite hard. Oh look, it's another museum map. I love the museum map. I think it's one of the rippiest maps I have done so far. Also, you have been possessed. You need to be purged. Oh, you're far enough away that I can actually curse you. Okay, and you're gone. Very good. So it's a level 70 area, like the other T3s we have been running so far. I'm level 73, so we should be in the range. So lots of loot. Let's pick up the loot before we push on. Fire, Platinum Scepter, Orb of Chance. Okay, so there is a totem there backing you up. It has a Necromancer's touch. Interesting. So I thought I had purged things behind me. Let's not get hit by these guys. These got powerful grits. So I did upgrade my gloves. These are, I think they're actually just a random product of crafting. And the same goes for this ring. Just alchemies and chaos orbs to eventually get something that was nice. Now with running maps, I'm picking up quite some items that are level 60 plus. And I've been just happily using the Chaos Orb recipe to increase my number of Chaos Orbs. I think every 2 or so maps I get an orb. It goes pretty quickly. Let's see. So that way now you do have some currency to spend on improving your gear. So in this case, in terms of resists, I have stayed the same. Actually, I had to roll these ones with some elemental resistance on to actually fix my lightning. But my evasion has gone up a little bit, since this has 200 evasion rather than the 50 or so that my previous one had. So slowly but steadily I am improving my gear. Oh, fun. The stairs. And the stairs go down rather than up. So I'm not quite sure if that's a boss fight already or if it's gonna be multiple levels. So for now, we're actually just gonna run around a bit and we can always go back to it because it's clearly marked on the map where that staircase is. Hello there, sewer maps. Oh, Stop trying to murderize me. You people on the other side there. Those alchemists with their chaos grenades. They're pretty painful. Also, my golem disappeared. Poison is still a fun mechanic to deal with. Especially once I get the build in a shape where I'm comfortable switching to CI. Then chaos is not gonna do much for us, which is gonna be pretty cool. You are hexproof, of course you are hexproof. Volatile ice bloods with increased radius means bigger explosion, which means be very afraid. Or just keep at a safe distance. Let's see. This doorway was kind of in the way. Which actually is probably a pun somewhere. A doorway being in the way. But it doesn't make it any less so. Okay. These folks are being annoying. So using the slow heal with poison removal is pretty useful in this regard. Since if I'm at about half life, I take a swig, then I'll be poison immune until I get back to full health. Which with a slow heal takes a while. And slow heal being opposed to an instant heal, that is. So, just tracing the outlines of the level. Seems we've hit this side of the map. I think this might actually have multiple levels like the proper pyramid map has. No, sewer map. They're about as common as crypt maps, which is pretty cool. Oh, let's also fix our resistances again here. Golem, please stay alive. That's a jig flask. So they got some backup of shivers. Chatters, yes, a chatters totem. Same kind of aura as that boss has. And I think that mostly covers this level. There's one more room, but there's nothing in it. Alright, next. Ooh, Zana. I love me some Zana action. Let's see if we get disconnected from the map server again. Slay the rogue exiles. I think we can do that. We get the Pier as a tier 4, I suppose. Many totems, inhabited by skeletons, 2 additional rogues, and we get some bonus things. So this is basically a blue-ish. No, it's actually a rare with 3 mods. But there's nothing truly fancy going on, which is, oh, good for us. So a bunch of frostbearers. And well, this will spice it up, and then when we get back to the pyramid, I'll be totally confused again. What did this do again? But it is nice, part of the variation, of course, just getting random encounters in between. Are you a hexwand or something? Oh no, they're just being archers, of course. Who in here? You. No, not you. There. Totems. And then 1 hit is all you need to kill them. Exception of this guy who actually had some health left. The thing about just shotgunning with the frost orbs is that you don't really have to see where the totem is. As long as it's not hidden around the corner, you'll grab it along with the rest of the pack. Warping totem, welcome here. Yo, get out. 4 socket murder boots. You know what, we already have something for crafting. So let's not pick them up just yet. Vaal's Fallen and another immortality totem there. Let's see, grinning data totem. Yeah, chaos damage over time. That's not. They have extra accuracy and movement speed. Move and attack faster. Dwarf map. Oh, leaders. Well, we keep using the Golem as our meat shield. Even though it doesn't really have meat. It works out pretty well. Let's deal with these and then just to follow to the end of the wharf. Trying not to get sidetracked too much into the middle of the map. Just trying to trace the outlines. Because it's really easy to miss some extra side effects then, or some side areas. See, my mana is a bit less stable because my current ring has less mana regeneration on it. It's only 40% rather than about 55%. But I figured switching into some gear that has just better evasion would be worth it. Ooh, Vaal. To be honest, I don't find a lot of those. So it's nice to have some of them. It seems like the main map actually extends this way, rather than this being a side branch. So, well, keeping the enemy frozen is our primary job, and so far we are doing pretty well. We have a very high base rate of freezing opponents, and on top of that, chilled enemies have a pretty good chance, have an extra chance of getting frozen, and enemies that thaw actually get chilled again. So we do have a very nice way of just controlling the enemy once they have been hit at least once. And often the first hit is just gonna be a freeze. We have a look at our spray and pray skill. Base chance to freeze is 35%. Crit chance is almost 14%. So together that's about a 50% chance to freeze. First hit. Then if they get hit and they don't get frozen, they will get chilled because it's cold damage. And I think after that we have about another 15% on top of that to actually freeze them. So the second hit is going to be 65% chance to get frozen. Yeah, freezing builds are really, really nice and safe. There is a target here, so that's gonna be a rogue exile. Agustina Solaria. Also, stop throwing spinning swords at me. Thank you very much. Where are you now? Bring her guns. Yeah, ow. Okay, we got her. Frostbolt, Frostbomb, both went up, that is nice. And I need more pockets. Twilight Blade is just a regular sized item, not even a large item. Yeah, we can swing it. Just have to make some space. Like so. Let's see how long it takes us to find the other one. Also, the wharf, wasn't that the snake bosses? I believe we did a map of this a couple episodes ago. Oh, it was the pier, the wharf. I think it was the wharf, not the pier. This is almost like a ledge version of the docks. In that case, there would actually be no backtracking whatsoever. So, where are you? Immortality totem up there. Yes. It's a little further away than I was expecting it to be. There's chaos damage over time. Totem that's no longer there. There was a and some other totem. Skeleton totem. Yeah, well, we pierce, so we don't really mind. Yep, we got it. These guys. Okay. Next. A map like this, it's always nicer to fight out in the open than in the very tight confines around objects, because, well, we have a naturally stronger position out in the open because we are really good at dealing with groups. I didn't have the space to pick things up, right? Yeah. I've been burning through a lot of chromes, so these chromatic tree links I really like. I mean, rolling a energy shield evasion item into 4 blues, it costs a lot of chromatic orbs. Let's just keep it at that. I think I spent about 50, so that's lucky still. I mean, numerically it should be about 160 on average. That was lucky. More maps, yes please. Arcade, that's a tier 2. It's a very tiny tier 2. Remember playing the arcade and then going like, wait, what? That was the boss encounter? I wonder if it's properly scary with a big set, with a set of scary modifiers. And there is the other Exile. Ah, cute. Lightning orbs. The Demon Tamer. Okay. Maybe I should rephrase my sarcastic cute to actually pack some punch. Yeah, let's not underestimate our opponent, shall we? happens. Well, opponent does pack a punch. Yeah, teleporting on top of you is a bit less good for your health. That's for sure. On the other hand, icicles don't cast. That's a Vaal lightning. That means he's pretty much in trouble. Well, it actually is. Life is pretty low. Vortexing you. Yes. Need more pockets. Actually. Rings I like. Regular. Hey. That was the Zana objective. So now we have a boss to run, and then we have a boss to find in the outer map. Yo. Bye bye. Flame of Truth, of course. It is... yeah, it actually can be cursed with Frostbite, that's good. Okay. Nice doggy, good doggy. Play that. Come on, just kill over already. Thank you. More than 50 mobs remaining, but I don't feel like backtracking in the Zana map. So, let's get the heck out of here. Hello, Zana. Thank you. Okay, and that means we also portal out of this to empty our pockets. And then we continue the outer map. And as I said before, I completely have lost track of what our goal was there. So let's recheck the map mods. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maps from a single map. I like it. It did roll with 100% extra, over 100% increased item quantity. Mods. Many totems with increased AoE, monsters have fire rest, the poison on hit, the boss is a lot stronger and crits deal less damage. Okay. We can deal with that. Fuse. Fusings are also pretty darn rare, and you have a habit of needing quite a bit of them. I mean, it's 5 fuses to force a 4 link. It's 150 to get a 5 link. So, yeah, you will need a lot of them. So, stop killing my golem, you poisonous monsters. Ah, it's a Stygian finger magic. Oh, getting surrounded a little bit, so just vortexing away. Vortex does pretty mean damage. Of course, it's nothing compared to a proper Frostbolt. But if you get surrounded in a pinch, the Vortex does help quite a bit. But no, this is a pretty lucky roll in terms of drops. Lots of maps, lots of currency. I've had worse run. Let's see, anyone in here still? Yes, all of you. We can just go through. Good, that's a clear. Someone is blade vortexing. That's not something I like. You. So those are also a new type of mob, I think. Similarly to the fire breathers in the beaches of Act 1. Yeah, they are pretty painful. Depending on the mod, on the map mods, they can really hurt. A Blade Vortex has a physical attack that hits multiple times per second. It of course applies a lot of stacks of poison if it actually is active. Freezing a mob like that does have a habit of taking the sting out of it. Because, well, frozen monsters don't cast things, so then their blades, they don't get too many stacks of Blade Vortex and it doesn't get overly out of hand. So we found the exit in this bottom of the map. Just need to quickly check out that section of the map. Ooh, yellows. Or one yellow. With extra fire damage and extra cold damage. And powerful crits. You know what? I can crit too. Oh, there's a Blade Vortex Soul Eater in here. Okay, that was that. Oh, and a final pack. Ooh, there is an elemental reflector in the corner. And you got minions. Okay. Let's take this one out directly. It's a tough bugger. Well, it does resist elemental damage. Doesn't help. So, final. There's probably one level that's slightly smaller, or would this already be the exit? Let's have a look. Yeah, probably one smaller level. Whoa, lots of stuff happening here. So, them cursing, it's okay. We have a mana flask that is relatively slow on the regens, 80 mana per second. Which is, well, something that's pretty easy to burn through while casting. So dealing with some mobs that keep cursing is relatively straightforward. You just keep using your mana, keep casting, and keep up your curse removal that way. There is a totem in here that makes them immortal behind there. Yes. Yes, and once that one goes down, everybody else goes down too. Pretty good. Alright, stop arcing. Let's do a couple of vortices around me just to keep things clear. You know, the greater multiple projectiles, it's a shotgun approach, so it has an arc, an angle forward. No, we have enough space. And we're not in a Zana map anymore, so it's relatively easy to get in and out. There's another exit. As I said, the levels keep getting smaller, which is nice. So it means we can just trade around, do a full clear, knowing that it's gonna be even faster than the previous one. Ooh, Vaal touch. That's more poison. No, that's actually technically bleeding, not even poison. But that was my granite flask, not my quicksilver flask. Don't even have a quicksilver flask anymore. I mean, I got Flame Dash, I should get used to just using that one a bit more for movement. It does work. As long as you have at least one charge to get yourself out of trouble if you accidentally get yourself into it, you should be fine. Using a Flame Dash to get yourself into trouble and then having no charges remaining is something that's slightly less than brilliant. Let's keep it at that. Okay. 2 more rooms, I think. This one and the one to the top left. And then probably boss fight time. Wonder if it's going to be the actual Vaal Oversoul or if it's going to be something else. And it could be something like, no, hill rake, like, ta-da, you wouldn't expect me. Before we go, let's have a quick down stop, empty our pockets. Back into the pyramid we go. Series chosen. Okay. You are slow and lumbering. I approve. Means you can be dodged. Allies do extra fist. That's less good as an aura. There's spiders in here. Cool. Tier 5 Coves map, so that was the actual boss. Also, Ungul's Gosh. Global crit chance, block chance while dual wielding, extra fist damage, even more global crit. This is a 90% global crit, that's pretty decent. Also, stop murderizing my golem. I think I was very lucky that the boss just came to me rather than also having to deal with most of the add-ons. Yeah, so this one was chosen by Atsiri to remain behind. It was a bit of a bummer, to be honest, the actual fight. But we made it through, and that's the important part. So we did Vaal pyramids, we did a Zana Pier, and it was pretty fun, pretty good, pretty lucrative. We got a lot of maps, so that's good. No, I want to keep those maps up. So as always, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.